Hello and welcome to yet another dimension. I am Jeremy. This is
Listen, Espresso.
and we will be reviewing Hell's Paradise episode 10, Yin.
And Yang.
Also, Weak and Strong. 2-episode review.
One episode,
One episode review.
but 2 episodes and 1 episode.
They're already confused.
Yeah, see, you should have just let me say what I had to say.
Go ahead. You say what you gotta say, man. I don't care.
Look, I understand. We are a week behind.
I mean, one for one episode, but this episode we're on time.
Yes, this episode.
For episode 11.
Yeah, a week behind.
Uh-huh.
Right? But there's a lot of things going on in my personal life, which makes it very, very difficult to be able to kind of record and stuff like that, because there was like a possibility that I was leaving for good.
Yeah.
Like I was not going to be able to continue this, which was going to make it difficult since, you know, most of the stuff here is my equipment. And this is our headquarters, which is being my apartment complex.
Kind of not, it's just completely changed everything just midway through.
Yeah, whole dynamic. It kind of sucks because I was like, damn, I won't be here to finish these last episodes. But I turned down the relocation, which resulted in me losing my job, which sucks. But
we should make a whole entire episode of that.
just want to give you guys who have been watching these reviews and wondering, like, yo, what the heck happened?
Yeah.
We're expecting the next episode, and that's due to personal issues in my life. So I apologize, and I hope that you guys can accept these apologies. So, but no more of an apology and saying sorry, because the more you pity yourself, the more miserable your life will be. So I would say it once, and we will now start our review. Thank you.
Let's start with episode 10.
Yin and Yang.
Right here. It's all about balance. So this episode had a lot in it, and sadly we have to go through all. We won't have to go through all of it. We're going to condense it.
It'll cover more also within the next episode.
Yeah.
But to give them the general rundown, this episode is more of the explanation of what we were talking about in episode 9 review, was the abilities that the Tenzin using, which is like what I said. It was like called Tao or
it's called Tao.
Tao. In other words, it's like chi.
Yeah.
Like, think of it as like chakra from Naruto or
Spirit
energy from Yu Yu Hakusho. So or Nin from
Hunter. Yeah.
So
gives you different abilities. It depends on who you are.
Yeah. So it's that natural energy that is that's already flow within the world. That's in plant life, our everyday knowledge. The earth uses it.
Everything has it.
Everything has it, and that's what this episode was more so of explaining. So there's a bit of action, I think, right?
Yeah, it's a little bit of action.
More so between Gabimaru and the dragon. I forgot his name.
Blade Dragon.
I
just call him Blade Dragon, yeah.
Which I thought was really cool, because it goes to show like how strong people will first measure each other up, and like
it's kind of like do simulations in the head. Like if I go this way, it happens. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you can see that like, damn, dude, we literally just killed ourselves right there, and they did it twice.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really
cool.
And
they already know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're both gonna die right here by each other. And I think the reason why the Blade Dragon would have won that fight is because Gabimaru was extremely tired from his last
he just
fight.
fought
a Tenzin.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Gabimaru will probably beat the Blade Dragon
if he was fully recovered.
Yeah.
I mean, he did lose a hand, so
yeah.
But he does claim that it made him a better fighter. But Gabimaru, he's changing, because instead of fighting him, he bows his head and he's like, I like to work together. And the Blade Dragon, he tests him and tries to swing at him. Doesn't hit. He's like, oh yeah, I guess you wasn't gonna move.
No,
so he explains to Tenzin to him.
Upset about it, because he's like, you're supposed to be strong, and you're just gonna bow your head down to me, and you're pathetic.
I really like the Blade Dragon. He's
a real cool character.
He's just having fun out there, but he's not. He doesn't seem like a bad guy at all.
He doesn't want to be immortal. He wants to get off the island and show that, like, yeah, I'm strong.
Yeah,
right? Like that's all he wants to do is, like, he wants to make a name for himself. Like,
and he'll live on for the generations.
Yeah, because like he says, like, I want to be immortal, right? But not in a way of like taking the elixir from himself, is more so make a name for himself.
Yeah,
his legacy will live on, and like
like Martin Luther King.
Or Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson. Like,
nobody's going to ever forget them.
Yeah, like, when you think about it, you're like, oh, dude, Michael Jackson, the king of pop. Like he's been gone for a hot minute now. And then Demon Slayer comes out, and then you see Muzan. Everybody's like, he reminds me of Michael Jackson, the demon king of pop. And I was like, see, that's a legend right there. Like, no matter what, there's always some form of inspiration coming from that, right? People inspired to be them, and that's what a legacy is. Right?
And I think that's a lot of artists' goals. Like people that I guess I don't really want to have kids, but I'd rather have like just my kids, my legacy be this or like the stuff I make. You know, the impact on people.
Something that will outlive me for all eternity.
So I respect that. I like that. So he explains the Tenzin to him, and they're like, "What? Oh, I'm so excited to work together." Fushi, he just wants to dissect. Yeah, so I think he's important. See, I like how everybody. We talked about this before. That's why it's so good. Everybody has their different things. They're not just all strong in one area.
Yeah,
one of them is like the mind, like the dissection, scientific. You know, power, strength, strategic. So
it's not really one like parallel interest. Right?
Yeah.
Everyone has their reason, but like their one main goal is to get the fuck off this island.
Oh yeah.
But like they all have other dreams and stuff like that. And like again, every anime that does this like shonen trope of like, I want to be the king of the pirates, I want to be Hokage, I want to be, you know, the number one hero. It's like after a while you kind of get bored of those stories. Not with One Piece, because I fucking love One Piece. One Piece is different. Like,
look, that's all I hear, man.
The goal is to be the king of the pirate, but like throughout the story is liberating people from being oppressed and stuff like that.
So
like,
it kind of goes in the background. It's like
it goes in the background. Like you know that's the main goal. It's been the main goal, but as you go through the story, it's like on this way of doing this, we're liberating people. We're saving them. What Hell's Paradise does is really well, and then not only that, they show you more of the world through those backstories. So you're like, this is a way of walk of life that this person went through. This is the reason why they chose this path and stuff like that. And then Demon Slayer also really good about doing this.
Oh yeah, the backstories is really good.
Backstory is really good.
But we get another. This episode is
it's a lot in this
because May out of nowhere
is older.
It's older.
Yeah,
the Nezuko effect. It's like
Nezuko effect.
Yeah.
How do I explain this? Because she used an amount of towel to save Gabimaru from that attack.
Yeah.
It aged her, right? And I thought this was very interesting because now you know May's not human, right?
No, definitely
she's
not.
Similar to the towel, and we'll explain more of that when we get to the next episode because we actually see a little bit more of what happened because Gabimaru like thinks back to it and goes, yeah, her eyes changed color just like what's her face did, and then like he saw her using towel. So that's very interesting, and that's something we can talk more about. But when they asked, Gabimaru realized that like he's like, what the heck? Like she was a kid not too long ago, and now she's like older, and she's able to speak now, but she's not able to say many words.
Yeah, just no sentences. It's just words. Just trying to explain.
Yeah, and they're like. Gabimaru obviously makes her cry again. he's really good at that. I don't understand that.
But like, he is learning a little bit.
Yeah, he rushed in because he's like, you're older and you can talk, and then he's like, tell me everything, and like he's like, I'm being too aggressive, right?
Need that balance.
Yeah, and she starts saying like, weak, strong.
It's like what?
Yeah, and then he's like, I don't understand. And she's like doing all these gestures. And trying to explain it, like I'm so freaking confused.
I think they figured it out in the next episode, but like that's what they're dealing with right now. And then a whole bunch of there's the Shoshin, like the ones that can't talk, they start attacking them.
Yeah,
but we'll talk about more of them in the next episode. But there's a lot to cover because we go to every character right now.
Every character.
So you want to talk about Chobe, the brothers, or you want to talk about
yes? All right,
because it's a pretty big deal.
A lot is big with them. So we know for the fact that in the last episode or episode 9, we know that they escaped because they were like during the meeting they were like, "You sure you killed them?" They're like, "Yeah, I threw them in the pit.
Yeah,
should have been dead.
Nobody could survive that."
But they're like, well, more Soshi bodies were found murdered, and obviously they're like, could be more people on the island, right? But it was in the area that they were in, so he's like, they most likely escaped.
Yeah.
So, and we see how they escape. Chobe puts his brother on his back, and they just climb out. And on the way out, they come across
it's a doshi. Yeah, they're like this.
Soshi, doshi.
Yeah,
Tenzin.
yeah. I've been just looking at this. I'm trying to remember the names, but
yeah,
they're the more intelligent. They're like the second rank. And
yeah,
they're below the Tenzin. They're like
they're like the retainers for the
yeah,
Tenzins.
like the right hand. Like they just do all the bitch work for the Tenzin. So he's like, I'm a reasonable man or monster. It's like I have reason, but you should just go back down there and you'd be a lot happier if you just turn into a flower. And Chobei, of course, he ain't gonna have that.
Nope.
So they start fighting, and what's his name? Toma. Toma starts fighting the Shoshin.
Yeah.
And he's on up against his own. Like he's going pretty hard, and he seems a little bit stronger though. Chobei, because he's like moving faster than the regular human. So.
Yeah. And we all knew that, like, you know. We always just assume like maybe he's just naturally strong, right? Because he became the king of the bandits.
IQ too.
His battle IQ.
Yeah, because you seem like he's dumb, but
he's not, dude. He has.
He's ruthless. He's
he's like one of my favorite characters right now.
Yeah, he's sweet.
Like, I am a sucker for characters who has high battle IQ.
Yeah, he didn't even think about it. He's just like, oh yeah, it comes from the navel.
The navel.
Because he like cut him from like the top, and it came and it
started. Yeah, and
I'm like, what? That makes so much. It makes sense though. It makes sense. Like I wouldn't even thought of that, but he's been in so many fights. It makes sense. But like he never faced somebody that regenerates, so that's why he's been able to survive, and that's why his brother like admires him so much. So and they make a good team.
They're a really good team.
Yeah, so he's fighting.
I told you they weren't gonna die. I knew they weren't gonna die. Like they have so much. Like
we should just complete their. Okay, we're gonna just complete their.
Yeah,
the part because it's pretty.
It's long.
Yeah.
They have a lot that happens.
Okay.
So we're gonna end up mixing the next episode with this part because we want to cover them as fast as possible.
Yeah, because there's like 2 other parts. That
because we go through every character, so I guess we could just mix it.
Yeah,
we'll just mix 10.
Okay, yeah, let's just complete what happens with them.
Yeah, so we'll branch back around to Gabimaru and Arion because we're gonna end off with that because that's how that ended, and then we go to Sagiri and for the last bit of this. So they get into the altercation with the Doshi, right, and it's very short lived. Right, but Saga's still damn good, right?
Yes,
but during the altercation, he realized like this guy is really strong, and then like he goes and like I think he slashes his throat, right? He slashes his throat, and
you think he's dead? That's like the end of the episode.
End of the episode there, and his Toma, right? Is like screaming out his name and stuff like that. So into the next episode, when we do revisit them, he gets up and there's like these vines around his neck. And
maybe like I guess you could describe them as tattoos.
Like tattoos. Yeah. And then the Doshi goes, he rejuvenated his wound. Right. And
did he consume some of the towel? Oh, they created a Tenzin.
Yeah. Yeah. I think because like he's like, bro, you need to drink water. You need nutrients. Like he's like. Blood is good for that. You know?
Yeah.
So, which is like I think cannibalism, but okay.
100%. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's insane, but he's smart.
Crazy though.
This is crazy, man.
It's crazy because like you think about it, like you stuck in the desert. What you're gonna do? You're gonna kill your camel, to keep your body temperature cool. You're gonna kill your camel, and then you're gonna go inside of his body. And then
Star Wars.
Yeah, and then you're gonna drink its blood. For his water.
I mean, he's doing it happily. That's
he's just like
he's like, come on.
So
he's definitely done it before.
So I'm assuming like just like Ginya and Demon Slayer, the more you consume it, you start getting
that's
attributes and ability. Yeah. So Chobei obviously is because he's consuming them. He's is altering his body.
Yeah.
Right. And when Toma sees him, gets up, and they fight for a little bit, he realized that his brother is getting faster and stronger, and he seems a little bit different.
Yeah.
So the fight continue, and as they're fighting, he's understanding that he's doing something different with his body, and he's like trying to figure it out. And as they're going at it, he goes, "I know where your weakness is at," and he's like, "I'm gonna test it," and he hits him in the stomach, and he goes,
"Yep."
And he goes, oh, okay, okay. So as he's like fighting, he's learning more, and then he's understanding. He's like, now tell me how you use your power. And he's like, I'm not telling you. And he goes, okay, I'll figure it out. As he starts realizing that he's using Tao.
Yeah.
And as he's fighting, you notice that Chobei, his eye, there's a part, and I don't know if you noticed, right, when he goes and strike him,
he opens his eye.
His blind eye actually, like the pupil comes out. I think that's how he's able to see his
other
opponent's
Tao.
Yeah. Now I want to cut back to what's his face, the blind swordsman, Shion,
and a newer guy. They're like they're trying to kind of training him.
Yeah, he's explaining how he understands the flow of energy and how like he uses his senses to still be able to see. And he's like, I can't really explain it, but it's just like, I know. That's why I can tell you that. That's why I can tell that you're a woman. I can tell you how tall you are, and how long your hair is, even though I can't see. And it's because he sees it through her.
Yeah, I wish I was blind.
Her Tao, right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty cool. And because Chobei's blind in his right eye.
Oh yeah.
He has to, learn how. Because like the guy was like, when he attacked him and slit his throat, he's like, I'm gonna attack his blind spot, right? And that's what he did.
Yeah.
And that's how he got him. But he's like, because he has to learn to adapt to that, right? And when you lose a senses, you expand your other ones. And I think that's the reason why he was able to see his Tao through his blind eye. And then when he went to go attack him, you get to see a bit of his pupil starts to come back. And then when he goes and figure out how to use the Tao, and he goes, oh, so I see how you do it with your hands. And he was just like, it made a big old Tao energy, right? And when he went to go hit him, I don't know if you noticed, but his whole entire eyes went black, and his
I didn't notice that though.
Oh,
I don't remember. There's a lot to remember.
I'll show you when we go back. He hits him in the navel, and then the dude falls over, and he goes, I know you're still alive, blah, blah. Now tell me how you use your powers. Because otherwise he's just going to go ahead and finish him off. So he starts learning Tao that way. But I think because of him consuming them, he's slowly transforming. And when he was on top of him trying to get information, and Toma walks over to him because he was trying to get the Cians to attack him, and like Toma's like, nope, they're not coming. They're all dead. He's just sitting there like he's smiling, like evil grin, like I just killed them all. And then when he looked at his brother and he turned around, you saw like half of his face was like completely different, and like he's like somewhat transforming, or like trying to like. His body is becoming altered due to the consumption of all these creatures here. I thought that was pretty cool. But yet, he's not going to let it... Like, Chobei understands that he is changing. His body is altering, but he's like...
Yeah, he says the only thing constant in life is change.
Yeah.
That's the one thing he understands.
Yeah, and he even says, like, I'm not going to lose myself.
Yeah.
But I will accept this change. And I thought that was pretty cool.
Toma's a little concerned about this change, so hopefully he's able to control it, and they can, still be cool, and like him doesn't go too far.
I think everyone's gonna have a very unique Tao usage. But the one thing that's gonna be different between them is that with Tao, from what the Doshin. They are douches, though. They are douches, but the Doshins were saying is like the way they train their Tao is through like I forgot. Do you remember?
Wait, how they train it?
Yeah.
You talking about the sex thing?
I was gonna say that, but there was three other things.
It was
4 other things.
I mean, it was like you train, but they
but
really
the most important.
They expanded mostly on the sex thing.
And they did. They really did.
Yeah. They were talking about that with the Gabimaru, like in front of May.
Yeah. And then like the guy was like.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
I don't want to go everywhere because we're gonna get confused. Like what are we talking about?
But when he was explaining that, that's the reason why there's different forms, and that's the reason why they go from yin and yang, male and female. So their training with each other is sexual intercourse, and that's how they train their Tao. But it's not really needed. That's just the reason why I think it's not really needed because like. Gabimaru and everyone else is not doing that, right? They're able to use Tao now.
I think they just did it because they enjoy it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just for them to enjoy because, like, we're on the island by ourselves. Instead of actually doing, like, hand-to-hand combat and training that way, they're like, let's just get down and...
Yeah, it sounds like more etchy.
Yeah, they're
like hentai
let's
stuff.
groove tonight.
That'd be cool, but I think they already unlocked it.
Yeah.
They don't have time to be fucking in this. They
I don't think that's the reason why our main characters will be extremely strong.
Yeah.
Because they won't result into what the Tenzins do, because they're like, there's other way to train your body.
They have like all that time, so
Yeah.
they have time to thousands of years to develop new abilities or training.
Yeah, because I feel like instead of fighting each other, right, like hand-to-hand combat, it's like, oh, we're already good at that, and humans will never be as strong as us.
Yeah, I think they're kind of overconfident, arrogant.
And that's why they're like, the most important training is sex. And then it's like,
I agree. Give me all that training.
And that's the reason why they're like, are you serious? Like, that's why Gabimaru and the dragon was like upset. They're like, are you serious?
Yeah.
And they're like, that's what May was used for. And I was like, even I got mad.
I was like, you fucking
treating her
disgusting.
like a doll.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the reason why they all got their ass kicked, because like, we humans, we're not strong. Right? But every day we have to train our body and get stronger. But when you're a Tenzin and all you can do is just, let's lounge around, eat fruit, and have sex. We don't need to train. Any human come here, we just whoop their ass.
I think if the leader wasn't like more strict, I think they would have collapsed a long time ago. So I think it keeps them together.
I do like how that is done, because it goes to show the arrogance of the Tenzin. And then when they do come across people who are actually training and then actually starts to learn talent, they're like, wow, we are actually fucking weak.
Yeah, they're very nonchalant.
Yeah, because like Gabimaru versus the other Tenzin, he was beating the brakes off.
Yeah,
I was like, can you
they had to
imagine
use the self-destruct sequence?
Yeah, like can you imagine if the Gabimaru was like now Gabimaru,
yes,
he's
definitely gonna beat
that
him.
scene where he goes when he learns how to use Tao, and he walks up to the Doshin, and he goes like, I get it now. And he's like, you can't beat me because I'm on a level to Tenzin now. I was like, oh, Gabimaru, you so stupid good, dude. I have so many favorite characters in the show.
It's a great show so far.
I love the show.
It's a lot to say. Do you want to continue on the Gabimaru, or you want to go to the...
let's go to the blind guy now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Shion and Nugai are training. He doesn't want... Obviously, he doesn't have time or doesn't want to train her because he doesn't want to lose another student. But... newer guy doesn't want to lose another person that she loves as well, so he feels bad. He's a good person.
Yeah. So as they get surrounded, he goes. He started explaining, right? And I get this is like this kind of thing where like, look, I'm not going to teach you. I don't want to teach you, but if I start saying things of how I train and you decide to follow, I'm not training you. You're just learning from watching me. It's like.
On the job training.
Yeah, it's like watching a YouTube video where like someone wants to like this is how I edit my videos, right? They're just explaining it, and they're like, I'm not good at teaching, but I'll show you how I do stuff, and then you're just like,
that's the best way I teach.
Yeah,
I just show you how to do it.
Let me just emulate what you do. Let me listen to you explain your process, and then learn that way, and that's exactly what New Guy does. And as they're going through, as he's like explaining. She grabs her sword. She starts fighting also. And I like, there's not much that goes on with their fight there.
Yeah, it's the shortest part.
He gives the best example.
Oh, yeah, it was great.
Of what Tao is. The flow of energy in every life force in life. So that's trees, humans, animals. Like, that's what Tao is. We have Tao.
He's known about it the whole time. He just doesn't have a name for it.
He doesn't have a name for it.
That's how he sees.
Yeah, and that's how he sees. And I thought that was so cool. I was like, this
whole
time he's been using Tao.
Like, everybody has their own interpretation of it.
Yeah.
The Tencent they found out the full extent of it.
Yeah. Even Gabimaru was like, I've been training with the Iogakue. I forgot the name of
the Ninja Village.
The Ninja Village.
I forgot the name exactly. There's too many names to remember.
So many names to remember.
Yeah.
He's like, I have never understand the flow of energy this way. And that's being able to balance your body from weak to strong. That means keeping your mind weak and your body strong.
He's always been strong.
He's always been strong. But then what he was doing is like he had a strong mind and a strong body, but he never had that balance. And then when he learned to let the body be weak but keep the mind strong, or vice versa, and then that's when he was able to use Tao and understand it. And during the fight with the Tenzin, and he kicked him in the navel, and his like foot was glowing. Like he was started to understand Tao then,
I think throughout the whole entire series so far, he's been slowly understanding how to be more weak, more balanced.
Yeah, and when she said that, and Fushi explained it, he goes, flash back to what Sagiri said.
Very important.
We go back, and he starts explaining the balance, and we see the waves when Sagiri goes to cut off.
She kind of figured it out.
She understands it, but she also probably doesn't know what it is.
She doesn't know exactly, but once she does, then
but that's the thing. Her father understands how the mind and body, because he explains that. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
He explains that to her, and then she's like, and that's what she's trying to emulate of what her father does. That's why his cuts are always clean.
Yeah, right? He understands it.
So when she saw her father kill that man, the cut was so clean that he was still able to finish his story and die without pain, right? And that's what Sagiri understands, and understanding the flow of being weak and strong. She had a strong mind, but weakens her mind for the clean cut, and that's what she does. I thought that was pretty cool. It's a balance, and then the flow of waves. Like, water can be strong, it can be weak. And that's what I like.
Takes any form.
I'll tell you right now, the strongest blade in the world. You want to know what the strongest blade in the world?
What?
It's water. Water can cut through diamond.
Oh yeah, it's the most powerful force. Yeah,
a 0.02
and it has
nozzle,
no form.
It has no form. I think it was like a 0.02 nozzle, right? And high pressure water, you can cut through a diamond, right?
That's insane.
And yet, water is the weakest substance, right? But again, if you fall out of a plane and you hit the water, it's like hitting concrete.
Yeah, I just recently learned about that. I didn't know you just instantly die. I thought you might survive, but
no,
it is like concrete.
That's why, like, I don't know if you ever watched Triple X with Vin Diesel.
Is it about family?
No.
Okay.
He takes a grenade and throw it in the water to blow it up, which causes the ripples. It makes it weaker, so that way he can dive into it, because he opened it up. That surface of water is, you need something down there to also hit. So it's best to have something heavier hit the water as you go in too, because then it causes the current to break. And
that makes sense now.
Yeah. But
water's the shit.
Literally,
water's life.
Water is so strong, right? Jump out of plane, you hit that water, you're gonna die. Right, that's why it's like you can need a pencil dive. Even if you pencil dive from a high altitude, you'll break your legs, right?
But you have a chance to survive.
But if you fall flat on it, it's like hitting concrete. That's why that's why people are like, oh, when like they dive and they don't land, like they don't dive properly.
Yeah. That shit hurts so bad. Like, that's why I never like try to dive from a top. Like I can't do it.
Like cliff diving into water. That's they're like don't go head first.
Yeah.
You want to go feet first, because like you fuck up, right? You break your neck.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
Water is extremely strong, and that's why I like the description when they were explaining it with water. It's like water can be strong, water can be weak. It depends on how you can control it.
That's the name of the episode.
What Bruce Lee says.
I was gonna say Bruce Lee too.
Bruce Lee's like, be like water, my friend.
Yes.
You put water in the pot, it becomes the pot. You put water in the vase, it becomes the vase. Be like water, my friend. Be formless, right? And to adapt to any situation in life, you must be like water.
Yin and yang.
Yeah.
It's all about balance. And
I could go on for hours.
Can I say something about like the overall theme, obviously, of this show is balance. It's been displayed through each character, especially through Gabimaru and Sagiri. Gabimaru is more on the strong side.
Sagiri feels weak.
Yeah, but once they come more to the center, they're balanced.
Yeah.
And even in the titles of the show, it's all been the first episode, the death row convict and the executioner, complete different opposites.
You know what I also like, right?
Weakness and strength. Like, it's all in the titles.
I don't know.
Throughout the whole entire show.
Do you know if Fushi is a female character or not?
I have no idea. I think he's a male.
Okay, because like every character that has been partnered, like
Gabimaru,
female, male, Yuzuru, female, male. Like that's the balance between those two, right?
Yep, it's shown throughout the whole entire show.
Yeah. So but we already know Tenza died, right? But the blind guy is now with the female character.
Yeah, so that's a female.
Yeah, I feel like every partner, there's like a partner that's male and female. Now we know the brothers are both males, but
He looks like
more like a female.
If they're not female, but they look more feminine.
More feminine,
like
right.
Poochie's more feminine, I guess,
exactly.
or like the opposite of like masculine, I guess.
Exactly. And I think that's a good balance.
Yeah.
Right.
So they're trying to show that.
And you have these criminals and these honorable people, right? Like, oh, you're criminals and I'm honorable. Like, right and wrong, balance. This whole show has been about balance, and
that's why I brought balance. And then I love it. It's in every episode. If you go, that's what makes watching this rewatching it more rewarding. You see, they've been setting this up the whole entire time.
Yeah,
and I think it's culminating finally, and it's only 2 more episodes left. But I think it's gonna be a great ending. But I mean, there's gonna be a lot, of course, more after this. So we do need to talk about Sagiri's group, but is there anything else?
We're going to finish off on them because not a lot happened in there.
Is there anything else you want to talk about in terms of...
we got to get back to Gabimaru and their fight.
Okay.
Because
they actually start fighting.
Yeah, the second Doshi shows up, and that's the one that's using the butterflies.
Yeah. Because, May is... They grab May.
And the guy was trying to force May to come back because they're like, we need you, blah, blah, blah. The sex training. Yeah, and Gabimaru can tell that she doesn't want to go back. And, like, I don't think she actually looks back at Gabimaru. He feels the emotion from her. Because, when he goes to protect her, she was never looking back at him.
Yeah.
Right? It was just like, he can feel the emotion that, like, he sees her crying. And then he goes to protect her. And he realizes, like, he just moved on his own. And, like, there he's like, she's one of them. She's a Tencent. Like, you can tell, like, at one point I was like, oh, Gabimaru's just about to kill her, too. But instead, he's like, she's different. And when he figured out that they've been using her as pretty much as, like, she has an ultimatum, right? He's like, you either die like a dog or you stay here for just this one source of training, which is being my little sex doll.
Yeah.
That was fucked up. And Gabimaru and the dragon was pissed. They're like, yeah, no, you're not doing that.
No, you're good on that. We're gonna team up and beat your ass.
Yeah, and that's what they did.
Yeah, they're not making the best team at the first. Like, the Blade Dragon's like, okay, come on, your underling. It's like, I'm not your underling.
Yeah, it's like, I love how, like, he goes to splash one of the thing and get blood on Gabimaru, and Gabimaru kicks the head off and hits him in the head, and he was like, all right, dude, I see how this is. Watch what you're doing. Yeah, they're just literally being assholes to each other. But I did like how they worked together.
At the end, they finally beat him. And you know do you remember, like, when they beat him and, like, tell me what you know, and, like, he just straight up snitches.
He's like, yep. My favorite part was, like, the whole part where he's like, they, like, have him down and beat, and he goes, yep, I know when I'm defeated. So they're in the Kohai. They're in room 344. There's 6 of them.
Here's the key. Tom said, "What's up?"
Yeah,
that was hilarious.
I was like, damn,
because you expect all the time. He's like, "I will never tell you.
I will never tell you,
filthy human."
And he's like, yep.
"Nah, I'm dead."
Yep, this.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, he just started telling him everything.
Bro.
And then he tried to attack him from behind, and, like,
it didn't work. No.
Because I was like, he understands Tao now. He can feel your energy. Tao is so dope. I like how that. Good explanation of Tao.
I think so too.
Good explanation.
And I think it's gonna be even further expanded, and I can't wait for that.
I was like watching the tournament arc in Hunter x Hunter when they were like learning Nin.
Yeah.
And they were explaining it.
Finally go up that
well
ladder,
done.
yeah.
And this episode does it so good. I was like, I love it when shows do that. Like, hey, this is our power system. Let's just take 2 episodes to explain it, but wow, giving you enough.
Yeah, usually those episodes is like, okay, we need it, but these episodes are still excited. They implied it to the fighting itself. So yeah, I agree.
So they fight. Very good Sakagura. I'm not gonna get too much into it because we're pushing.
There's so much to it.
There's so much that I recommend you please from the bottom of my heart, just go watch
it.
9 and 10.
Watch it now.
Or 10 and 11.
All of it.
Actually, just watch all of it. Just watch Hell's Paradise.
Yes.
Demon Slayer is done. You want something good to watch? Go watch Hell's Paradise. I know a lot of people have been ratting and raving over Demon Slayers recently, but I'm not gonna lie. This season of Demon Slayer was
just okay.
It was okay. This was okay. Coming off of entertainment arc, like, bro.
We'll get to that. We're going to that on our review of Demon Slayer season finale.
Yes, please watch Hell's Paradise.
Yeah.
But we're gonna end this off by hitting Sagiri's group with
Seta. He finally figures out the island.
Yes, he understands the island now. Yeah.
So he says that this is all like, it doesn't make sense. He's like, this one religion with this religion, it feels all artificial, like how they had been feeling. And then he explains that there was this guy that started a religion. I forgot his name. It doesn't say it, unfortunately, here. He started a religion, and he's controlling the whole thing.
It turns out one of the criminals, the prophet guy, was the one who was talking about that religion. So he's like, it makes sense, but now he's dead. So
yeah, he's dead. Yeah, he was killed by
Yuzu.
Yeah, hers. Yeah,
yeah. She murked him. She tricked the guy.
Yeah,
I was like, oh wow.
So he figures it out finally. So they know what the island is all about, and they think they can, get the elixir and defeat the Tenzin.
Yeah, but now they come across the Kohai. Right, the door opens. Right.
Oh yeah, they get to that part. Yeah, and he kind of, I'm sorry, Hoko, the tree. He explains what Tao is to them, like straight up.
Yeah, he does.
So, but Gabimaru and them don't know that yet.
They don't know.
So they need to get together and I guess
understand them how to use it. Yeah. This is why I think the last 2 episodes is a fight between this Tenzin versus Sagiri and Yuzu. The other samurai guy, I think he might help out in a sense, but he's very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
So I think because he's so knowledgeable, he's gonna help them use Tao, because he's gonna be like, okay, I get it. Like as they're fighting, he's gonna explain to them how to use Tao and how to find the weakness. I think this is what the last 2 episodes are gonna be like. So hopefully,
yeah.
But when they get there, they come across this Tenzin. It's one of the
they're
Tenzin,
inside Kohai. Yeah.
That has that was wearing a mask, and we finally get to see his face.
Yeah.
I like his design.
Yeah, he's cool. He seems like he's mischievous. Like
first thing they do when they walk in, they're at awe. They see all these Buddha statues and stuff like that, and then Hoko just gets his head cut off. Dude was just like,
it's like like ripping a fucking twig.
It wasn't. It was so clean cut.
Yeah, it was like
it was just, and then everybody's like, what? And then this dude's just standing there with a smile on his face.
And that's the end of the episode.
I was like, oh.
So Hoko is gone. He's losing his mind anyway. So.
Yeah, because he even said eventually I will be out there praying.
Yeah, but May can't say bye though, unfortunately. So.
And he might still be alive though.
He might be, yeah.
Because again, their weakness is in their navel. So
that is true. I think that was just like a hook for that episode.
Hey, being an asshole from bringing them in here.
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to.
Nice.
I was so fast. So
use your towel. That's your towel dance.
This is my rating dance.
Rating dance. What you got? You gotta rank both of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to you right here. You ready for this? Episode 10.
Episode 10. Yin and Yang.
I give it 8.
8. Okay.
Okay.
Number 9.
Episode
Weak
11.
and strong.
No,
Yes.
episode 11. Episode 11.
Oh yeah. Episode 11. Yeah.
Weak and strong. 8.5.
8.5. I had to agree with you on the first episode, Yin Yang.
I kind of want to give this episode 11 a 9.
I'm gonna give it a 9. I thought it was great.
Because I honestly want to give it a 9, but I did give a few episodes before that a 9. But you know what? Fuck it. A 9. I'll give it a 9. I'll give it a 9.
This show, like the score we're doing, is like meaningless because the show has been consistently good the whole entire time. It's not really a lot of like ups and downs.
No.
It's been good all the way through.
And I'm not lying to you guys. Please go watch it.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking of my fucking cosplay, bro.
Exactly. You know the show is good. First time seeing it and you want to cosplay.
Look, I was already thinking about doing like a ninja Zenitsu.
Oh, yeah.
But now I'm just going to work on my Gabimaru and my ninja Zenitsu. I just want to be a ninja after watching this. And then I already have my samurai version of Zenitsu. I just might as well. I just want to make it better. So then there's going to be days where we can like cosplay as our samurais and then we do our ninja. I think that'd be cool.
I'm down because I love this show so far.
This show's good.
And I anticipate the next 2 episodes are going to be great.
We should do a Chobe and then Toma.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. That'd be great.
I want to be Chobe.
I gotta be not the girl, but I do like purple. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. But let us know what you thought of Hell's Paradise episode 10 and 11. Are you watching this? Are you enjoying the episodes? Are you enjoying his reviews?
Did you miss me?
We missed you. We missed everybody. We missed you. Thank you.
I'm not going anywhere. So.
Thank you for allowing us in your lap because I know you're watching this on your phone. Hi.
We gotta get out of here.
Yeah.
Obviously, while you're looking down at us, we'll see you
in the next dimension.